It's me, Fernando, and you look marvelous. I tell you, and you know, it's better to look good than to feel good, darling. Yes, it is. Nah, that's not really what it is. This is Jason Karp, Esquire, from the Public Safety Network, coming at you with the news of the day, our nod to public safety. So let's get to it and see what's going on. Hurricane Laura passed through last week, hit the Gulf Coast, Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas. Devastation. Apparently the harshest hurricane to hit Louisiana, even more than Katrina back in 2005, had over 150 mile an hour sustained winds, took 11 hours after it hit landfall for it to lose its hurricane status. I know there was at least 6 dead, there was 900,000 people without power, and of course just flooding and devastation. It's just, the heart goes out to these folks, and as the hurricane seasons get worse and worse. And public safety, you're on the front lines. Thank you for doing what you're doing. I spoke to some folks down in Harris County. It sounded like it could have been a lot worse. At least it was a very quick moving storm. So that's the good news, and we wish well for everyone down there. But we've still got quite a bit of hurricane season left in front of us. Let's hope it's not as bad as some have predicted. In technical news, so I got a question for you. Who is the latest to get into the cloud-based CAD business? That's right, Axon body cameras, or at least as they were formerly known as, because they are into everything right now. So Axon is now offering its new cloud-based CAD platform called Respond. And it is going to be a fully integrated platform that allows not only cloud-based computer-aided dispatch, but to integrate with third-party applications and to integrate various pieces of data to give full situational awareness. So right out of the bat, they're going to be able to connect to their TASER devices, their conducted electronic weapon devices, formerly known as TASER, their Axon 3 body cameras, and of course their drone fleet. So they have their Axon Air drone solutions that will have data. This will all be able to pass through CAD. They're also working on a in-car video solution called Fleet, and that will integrate in. And within the next 12 months, they're going to be creating a whole integrated data platform that includes texting, voice, video, all types of communications, so that it can all integrate into this cloud-based platform. It's offered monthly as a service, all OpEx, no CapEx, automatic software updates every 2 weeks. And another really interesting thing about it is that they're working on capability to be able to work offline. So there'll be full continuity operations, even if there is a loss of connectivity to the cloud. So very exciting. This is the future. The future is right now. You got Axon, you got RapidDeploy, you got Mark 43. This is where CAD is going. I implore all CAD vendors, and of which there are many, it's time to move out of your on-prem, proprietary systems and get into the cloud, start allowing third-party applications to integrate through APIs, and offer this cost-effective and expand the types of services. When you combine these capabilities with ultimately next-gen 911, where you have IP-based networks, in Congress, you need to get on that and pass the infrastructure bill so that there is financing and money and a process available to move all 911 dispatch centers and PSAPs to next-gen 911 communications platforms, period. Enough said about that. I'll probably say that again on my next show. But when you've got EZNets and IP-based systems, and you can start to consolidate offices and get more efficient, and then you layer in RapidSOS technology so that just the general consumer on the street, when they have to call 911 or dial 911, now they can send text data, they can send videos from the scene, and at dispatch, they can be combined with data from a number of different platforms so that the first responders get a full common operational picture of what's going on, full situational awareness right off the bat, and that's, I can't say enough good things about what they're doing. I'm glad they're doing this. This is what we need, and we need choice for public safety. If you're in public safety, encourage these vendors to go down this path. This is super exciting, and the future is now. So nice job there with what Axon's doing. What else is going on? On the, police reform side, we talked a couple weeks ago about Virginia had introduced legislation to potentially eliminate the mandated 6-month sentencing guidelines when there's a police officer assault, and only have those guidelines in place if there's serious injury that results. Well, that is now passed into law. And I know there could be some pushback on that, but I'd like to offer, a little bit of an interpretation in terms of my understanding of how this works, is that it doesn't in any way diminish the seriousness of an assault on officers, which is wrong in all circumstances. But what it does is it gives prosecutors and it gives judges and juries more flexibility to determine the right approach and outcome, right? So if it's a situation that doesn't warrant incarceration, there should not be mandatory sentence putting people into the jails, which is going to be inefficient and a waste of resources. Right. And so this allows the judge and the jury to determine whether it's a felony charge or misdemeanor charge in the sentencing. And, I think that's appropriate. I think that's the right thing to do. So as long as we're not minimizing the crime, but giving more flexibility to handle it in a balanced and equitable approach, good. Let's see how that, works in practice. In other good news, Flint Deputy Fire Chief Carrie Edwards Clemens has been named the first female president of the International Association of Black Professional Firefighters. This is outstanding. It's about time, all right? As far as I'm concerned, I think females should take over the world because they're a heck of a lot smarter than I am. I'll tell you that right now. But this is super exciting news. And congratulations to Chief Edwards Clemens. She's got a wonderful background and history. Was a firefighter, a paramedic. She was a sergeant, a fire inspector, a firefighter instructor. She was a hazardous materials technician. She's worked in grants. She's had various positions also within the IABPFF. So clearly deserving of this honor. Congratulations to Chief Edwards Clemens, and hope to see much more of this, where we're seeing minorities and females taking leadership roles within public safety and elsewhere. For those who may not be familiar, the IABPFF is an organization dedicated to economic development and identifying job opportunities for communities with minorities and creating a better relationship in the firefighting industry. And this happens all around the world. So very exciting there, and very happy to hear about that appointment. And then finally, what we've called the PSN wow stories, those weird, wacky, crazy, just stories that, get the wow, and the things that make you go, right? We got a North Carolina police car was hit by another vehicle that was being driven, yes, in autopilot. Now, of course, this may be not so wow. This is becoming a little bit more ordinary. We're hearing about this, but it was a Tesla S series in autopilot mode. Apparently rammed into a police car. Nobody injured. That's the good news. But the driver admitted to setting up autopilot so he could watch a movie on his smartphone. Seriously? Seriously. Okay, first of all, we shouldn't have to tell anybody not to pay attention to the road, even using a driver assist technology. And that's all these are. They're driver assist. They're not driver replacement technologies, not yet. And quite frankly, if folks are going to abuse this and put lives in danger, then manufacturers like Tesla and others that need to put restrictions on this until they're ready for prime time, my personal view. These are nice to haves. These can make things safer, but if they're not handled appropriately and they don't have the technological capability to ensure the safety of surrounding individuals, they shouldn't be used. So crazy stuff here. Thank goodness nobody got hurt. And on that note, my name is Fernando, wishing you all a wonderful day because you look marvelous. And as I've said, it's better to look good than to feel good, darling. So for PSN today, I am Jason Carp Esquire, and I will see you tomorrow. I am out of here. Peace.